Hello. Hi, everyone. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. First of all, I'm very glad you're here, but I think it's funny because I'm in StreamYard, so I can stream to everybody. I I sit here quietly preparing for everything, and I wait seconds. The five, four, three, two, and then it says one, and then there's this little tiny thing that says it's showtime. I get all excited. So, hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. It is day 4 of the 5-day to a toxic-free holiday challenge. I hope you're doing wonderful. It is Thursday. Yay, it's Friday Eve, like I always say. And if any of you are in my group, you know that what that means for tomorrow. It's Fuck You Friday. God, I love those days, right? If you're not part of the group, I do highly recommend you tuning into or going over to the Facebook page and liking or asking to join Unpacking Toxic Baggage with me, Lisa Foray. I'll let you in. And tomorrow is Fuck You Fridays, and it's where we vent about whatever is really getting under our skin, whatever it is, and then we end the post with a hearty fuck you, and it's cathartic, and we all love it. And we all love to comment on each other's posts because everybody can post something for Fridays. So, enough about that. How are you doing in the challenge? I would love to hear how you're doing. Post it in the comments. Leave me a little love note. Anything like that. What do you got? What do you need help with? What are you struggling with? Are you still struggling with anything? How is your confidence? That is the key thing. How is your confidence right now? I hope it's like through the roof. If it is not, that is quite all right because not only do we still have a few days together, but at the end of this live stream, I am going to be letting you know of a special offer. It's special and I'm excited. That's why I'm a little more amped up than usual. But I'm really, really excited about it. And I will let you know what that is in a little bit. So, first, let's recap. So, day 1, where were we on day 1? Well, first of all, we got clear on what we were doing, why we were going to family, to relatives, to in-laws, to friends. I know during this whole COVID outbreak, it's going to be really, really difficult to do stuff, and they are recommending that you stay home and be good little boys and girls and don't celebrate with anybody that you normally wouldn't have in your household on a daily basis. And I think that's very sound advice. But you still can, you still can go online. You can do Zoom calls. You can still have that virtual holiday. So with that, of course, comes virtual toxicity. It never sleeps. So that was day 1. Day 2, we learned how to set boundaries. Well, I learned how to set boundaries. You probably just listened to or watched me going because I had no audio for 15 minutes. But I'm going to redo that. But in any case, yesterday we began to understand our emotions, how to control them, what they mean, just, your triggers, the things that really irritate you, the things that make you happy. Why are they sometimes connected to each other? So I chose all of those topics and I chose them to put them in that particular order for a reason. Because I told you, this whole toxic family thing is my jam. I know what I'm talking about. You're in good hands. But I chose to do them that way for a reason. It's because for the past couple days, we've been evaluating our strengths, our mental weaknesses, our triggers, our emotions, all of that. And we've been mindfully preparing for the next step. So, what is the next step? And that's what today is all about. It is when to stand your ground and when to leave. Because you know what? Again, I keep preaching this. You're an adult. You can do either one. Doesn't matter which house you are, doesn't matter anything. So, I chose the topics so we have a better idea of who we are and what we will accept and or tolerate. So that's hopefully what we've been working towards, what you've been doing, what you've been making either actual notes or mental notes about. And after all that, we need to decide, can we stay or can we go? It reminds me of that song. Oh, geez, I don't know who sings it. Should I stay or should I go now? Goodness. I don't, if you know who that is, could you pop it in the comments for me? Because now it's in my earbug and it'll be in my head all night. So this is one of my absolute favorite phrases. Look at this. Your mental health over their emotional bullshit. Okay, can we just say that to start off with? This holiday, this is a big one because this holiday will end and you're going to go back to normal. You're going to go back to your daily routine sooner or later. You're going to go back to the same people. That you've dealt with before. Your parents, your siblings, your in-laws, whatever, they're going to be the same people that they were before. So, just remember your mental health needs to come first. And it needs to come first because you've heard the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. God, it's so true, isn't it? Um, it really is. And you need to be able to take care of yourself and understand that if you're going to help others, yeah, got to do yourself first. So pay attention to how you're feeling, how you're dealing with stuff, and you know you. So let's get into kind of the meat of all of this. When do you want to stay? When do you want to leave? Do you want to do either? Have you even thought about that? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Maybe you started thinking about that on day one and you're steps ahead of me. Hey, wonderful. But so one of the things is you need to figure out what's really bothering you. So, before you go into any holiday, before you go into any gathering, um, before anything, you gotta figure this stuff out first. So, before you get faced with a situation that could possibly make you get up and leave, is it that you really want to leave, or do you just want to step away and not engage in that particular topic? So, that's something to think about. What do you want to do? What do you want to take it that far? Do you want to take leaving the situation completely, separating yourself from the entire thing, or do you just want to go play a Sudoku for a while? Doesn't matter, whichever one you choose, but just make sure that you're clear on, what's really bothering you, the depth of what's bothering you. Like I said, it could just be that you're just not feeling the conversation, and that's fine. But it doesn't mean that you have to just get up and leave the entire thing because you're clear that you want to make the most of this holiday, or you're clear on, whatever happens, I want to be there for X and Y or whatever. So you need to get clear on what is really bothering you. And as we'll talk about in the next thing, setting your limits. So you have enough knowledge now that you can set your own limits. Hell, you had this knowledge before I came around, but if I'm the catalyst to all of this and I just helped you remember, wonderful. And you need to have them. You absolutely need to have them. They're like boundaries and thresholds. And you need to know when to say when. You need to know when is enough. If you don't have the boundary around something, then you should at least have a limit. Okay, yes, fine, that can happen, but I'm only going to let it happen once, or I'm only going to let it happen, you know, I don't know, three times as a charm, or whatever the situation is, whatever the Aunt Sally's comment is, or whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters are your limits, you sticking to them. And I think that is absolutely key, is that whatever you do, you need to stick with. Absolutely. So, what another thing that you want to do is you want to practice ahead of time. Ooh, earthquake. Not really. It was just my knee. You want to practice ahead of time. So, what do I mean by that? So, if you're going into the situation and you know that your aunt or your uncle are going to bring up your, I don't know, your alcoholic mother, or something like that, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? What are you going to stand up and go, you know what, I've had enough, I'm not dealing with this, you don't know the whole story, and storm out? Don't forget anything, because if you're going to storm back in to grab something and then storm back out again, it really loses its efficacy. But you need to know. You need to know what you're going to do. You want to know what I don't know how to put it. You want to know where you're going to draw that line, where you're going to um, stay silent even. Do you want to stay silent during this whole thing? Like if, they start talking about, again, say your alcoholic mother, are you just going to stay silent because, screw it, you've heard it all before? That's fine too, but you need to practice what's going to happen. You need to know where um, where your lines are going to come in. You're going to play off each other, whatever. But in any good play, you need to practice. You need to practice those lines. So, and there's no reason to draw it out either. If you're going to leave, oh, I have wonderful hair tonight. If you're going to leave, then leave. If this is what you're going to do, if this is where you're going to put your foot down and take that stand, then do it, but don't draw it out. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to pay attention to that. Just go. So, I actually think this is going to be a shorter video tonight. So, yay. Third thing, or I'm sorry, the third little banner guy that I have there is not selfish. Let's repeat after me. You are not selfish. I mentioned this in the boundaries, and I'll mention this again for the rest of my life. You are not a selfish person for wanting boundaries, for wanting limits or having limits. You are not selfish for getting out or staying silent or just not engaging or whatever you want to do to protect yourself is not selfish. I know there's the same word is inside of it, but it's really true. You are protecting you. You are your own advocate. Are you selfish when you go to the doctor with a list of questions that you've been wanting to ask them since, I don't know, 3, 4 months ago? No, you're being your own advocate. You're sticking up for yourself. It's the same principle here. So, you know, let me see. And I think one of the things too is to know that I've mentioned this before. I don't remember what video it was in. Might have been the boundaries video. But what I want you to know is that there's a lot of times where you're going to go back to, like I said, your childhood home, your childhood neighborhood. And even if you don't go back to any of that, you're still going back to childhood. You're going back to your brother and your sister and your mother and your father, and they all spark something from your childhood. So immediately what happens? You become that kid, in one way or another. My goodness, I remember when I was in college. Now, I did go back to college later in life. I started when I was 24. So I did go back, you know, later on, and I grew up in a trailer park. And there was what we thought at the time a tornado that had come through the trailer park. So years had passed, and I took a class on environmental hazards. And they wanted us to write a story, write this essay about an environmental hazard or some kind of environmental issue or something like that. Well, I did. I chose again, what I thought was a tornado that had come through our trailer park. Well, years had passed. We had moved out of the trailer park when I was 10 years old. And years had passed, and the person that owned the trailer park has long since died. Nobody was part of it that was once part of it. Nobody lived there that I knew, nothing like that. But as soon as I got to that part of the trailer park, I immediately became that 10-year-old little girl again. And wow, was it weird. And it was just it was unsettling, to say the least, to know that within seconds I was right back there. So what I'm trying to say from this story is make sure that you are treated like the adult that you are, and make sure that you know you are the adult that you are. Doesn't matter if you had to, grow up really fast because something had happened in your childhood that made it that way. It doesn't, none of that matters. You are an adult now. This is your time. You should not be treated like you were when you were a kid. For Christ's sakes, if you're watching this video, you shouldn't have been treated the way you were treated as a kid to begin with. Because let's face it, you wouldn't probably have the toxic baggage that you do. Yeah, we all do, right? So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that no matter what happens, there's probably going to be something from your past that's going to kind of pop up right in that back of your head, and you don't really know it. You subconsciously begin to revert back, and you don't even realize it. But that's because you were that kid. So you're just going back, and that's okay. We've all been there. We're all going to continue to go there, maybe in just smaller and smaller increments, and that's what this is all about. Another thing I want you to do is make sure that you pick your battles. You don't want to become that drama queen or drama king either, that you're going to stand up and you're going to put your foot down for everything. No, don't do that. You know damn well that people behave differently during the holidays. Maybe they're nicer. Maybe they're even a little more toxic, if you can believe that. Yeah. Either way, you have to remember that you do need to pick your battles. So, if something only happens during the holidays, then, maybe you sit this one out. Um, I don't have any any examples right now, but I'm sure you can think of something in your mind that Uncle Teddy does every now and then, but it's usually only for the holidays. Um, you know, just stay silent. If that's the best course of action, just stay silent. If it bothers you, or if it bothers your in-laws, or I'm sorry, your spouse, or your child, to the point where no, you know what? You got to get up and leave. You got to make that stand. You got to make that statement. Well, then do it. Of course, I'm not telling you one way or the other. I'm just making sure that you know that it's clear in you which one you want to do, and that's where the rest of this comes in. Like I mentioned, is setting your limits, practicing ahead of time, so and even if you don't know, that maybe you make a promise to yourself that, you know what, if this happens, I'm going to walk out. Because in the moment, you may back down. You may avoid that confrontation. And that might not be the best solution for you. Because again, remember, holidays will end. You will go back to what you were doing before. So do you want to go back thinking, man, I should have said something. I should have said something. I should have cleared the air. I should have clarified better, something. So, just pay attention to all of that. And I also want you to know that you have the confidence, and you need to know that you can do it. And you need to have the confidence in two areas. You need to have a confident inner voice, and you need to be confident that you're going to be able to handle yourself. So let's go through both of those. You need to be confident of your inner voice. Let it speak to you. Let it be heard. Let it be, again, don't tamp it down because your childhood is coming through, or oh, it's your parents, you should respect them, or nope, you're an adult now, you're playing on the same field, darling. So have confidence in that inner voice. She or he will not steer you wrong. You, like I said, all of this. I'm just really here to remind you of all of this, and to give you be your guidance, essentially. But this is all in your head. This is all innate in you. It's logic. And the other one is how you're going to handle yourself. Be confident in that. Don't make excuses. You don't have to make excuses for yourself. You don't have to, you know, um, say you're sorry. One more for good measure. You don't need to say you're sorry. You are a woman. You are a man. You are entitled to feel the exact way that you're feeling. Like I said yesterday, no emotion is wrong. The only thing that's wrong is how you react to it. And if you want to get up and you want to walk out, that's okay. You want to stay silent and you want to sit down, That's okay. But you got to figure out which one you're gonna do because nobody likes anybody that's going to flounder. Don't go halfway and, oh, well, all right, I guess it's okay. No, it's you. Be confident. And the very last thing for each of these things that I'm talking about tonight, I want you to be deliberate. I want you to be deliberate in your actions, in your limits, in your, what else we got? What else we got? You're practicing, anything. I want you to be deliberate in what you do, how you do it, how you approach it. Because you know what? If you're deliberate and you're confident, other people are going to see it and they're not going to screw with you. Look, I'm not cursing that much tonight. They're not going to screw with you nearly as much as you think you are. Because remember, it's all up here. It's 90% attitude, isn't it? Right? We've all heard this. How true is it? If you don't know, it's true. It's so true. Fake it till you make it, all that good stuff. But it really is. It's 90% attitude, it's 90% confidence, it's all that good stuff. So you have to um know and feel it. Feel it in your gut. Feel it. Let that innate voice come through. And you know what? Thank her or him at the end because they really are putting you on the right path. Now, for my special offer. I told you this is a short one tonight. I'm very excited. So, but I do want to give you a special offer tonight. So, like I mentioned in the beginning, how are you feeling during this whole challenge? Are you feeling a little challenged, which is very exciting? I got to stop using that word. I really got to get more. Are you feeling confident? Are you feeling what do you feel? Are you feeling nervous? The reason I ask, are you feeling nervous, is because I'm throwing a lot at you. I really am. I'm making you think harder probably than you have in a while. And it's wonderful. I'm very, very happy. And I'm getting your comments and I'm getting your messages and I'm getting your homework. And I'm just so happy and I'm so proud of every single one of you. Truly, I am. Honestly, that is not lip service. You guys are doing amazing. But something that may have come up or may come up soon is you're getting nervous. Thanksgiving is coming up, and I can sit here and I can tell you until the cows come home that you're gonna be great. You're gonna do great. Oh my God, Aunt Sally, Uncle Kevin, whatever, whoever. I'm making these people up, and you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, I could do that. And your imaginary examples, sure, okay. How about this? I want to do this. I'm going to make you an offer right now. I'm going to tell you that you and I are going to do a laser focused phone call. And then after that phone call, I'm going to give you a path. Here, let me explain it a little bit more. So I keep saying about Uncle Kevin and Aunt Sally or whoever the hell I was mentioning before. Your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle, your husband, whoever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Whoever the hell is toxic in your life, who's going to bother you the most, the people that are going to bother you the most, whatever. I want to give you an hour with me to talk about that person, those people that are going to cause you the most problems. I want to know how I can help you, specifically you, in your problems, in your issues when it comes to this holiday coming up, this holiday season, whatever it is. You need help. I am here. And then not only that, I'm going to take it a step further. And when we get off the phone, I'm going to have all the information. I'm going to make you a step-by-step plan. I'm going to make sure that the areas that you need help with the most, I got your back because I always got your back. But I want to make sure that you're going to go into this holiday more prepared than you have ever been and confident. And, I could throw that word around until I'm blue in the face, but until you have true confidence that really starts right in that belly button area and just comes out, you don't know what true confidence is, and I want to give that to you. I truly, truly want to give that to you. So I want to do this offer with this hour-long phone call and this um, laser focused phone call, I should say, and this path to help you succeed in being toxic free this holiday season. Because, yes, this challenge is wonderful. I know it's great. I'm humble too, right? But it's not focused, and that's what I want to give you. So I want to do this for $75. One of my phone calls with my clients for 1 hour is normally $150, and that's just a straight phone call. So I want to give you this phone call and this pathway. I want to give this to you for $75. So please let me know if you're interested. Give me a message. I will reach out to you as well. And let's get you really, really confident and happy and peaceful and fucking jolly for the holidays this season. So, okay, that is my time. My goodness, I thought I was going to be quick and already it's 26 minutes past. Jeez. So, thank you all very much. Oh, I didn't even get to do my ticker. Look, little special offer ticker. Oh, and then I got the little laser focus. See, I was prepared and I still blew it. Yeah, who cares? So, okay, well, I will talk to you again. Again, that's my time. Thank you all so much for showing up again. Make sure you do your homework. And as always, I'm right on the other side of this monitor, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Happy Friday Eve. Bye bye.